Hello and welcome back. Time to take a look at the next tier 10 battleship. Now this is the Armageddon 2, a ship that will be released in one of the next updates. Now I know I have been a little bit late on these, had a lot of things to do, a lot of action on the live server. After all I'm a content creator, I should play on the live server, right? Now let's take a look at this ship's stats. Now the design of this ship is, I think, very nice. I like the color of it. It looks interesting, a little bit different from the ordinary tier 9 Armageddon. This ship is a drone boat combined with lasers, missiles, depends on what you want to use it for. Now it has advanced electronic warfare bonus per level. It will give you plus 10% energy Nosferatu optimal range and plus 10% energy neutralizer optimal range. So kind of a mini Balgorn over here. And advanced battleship command bonus per level will give you plus 50% drone DPS, drone EHP and plus 6 kilometers drone control range. Very nice. So far bonuses are looking pretty good. Ship has 4 drones, 4 high slots, 4 medium slots, 5 low slots, 3 combat and 3 engineering rigs. Ship is primarily a armor tank. You can make this a shield tank if you like, but I think after the patch, after the rebalance patch, it should be a very good armor tank. I'll be playing it as a armor tank, you know, just to see how it will work. Now this is a battleship. It can fit large drones, it can fit sentries, so keep that in mind. You can even use medium drones and small drones. In storylines, I've personally found medium drones to be good, sentries from long range, from long distance. Now this is my fit, 1.2k DPS. Currently using lasers on the high slots because it's an Amarr ship. Although if you don't like lasers, you can practically use any other weapon that you like. This is after all a drone boat primarily. Its DPS comes out from drones. Although it would be kind of weird to see an Amarr battleship spamming missiles at you. But again, like I said, it works, and missiles actually don't use capacitor a lot. Actually, they don't use capacitor at all. Now these are the drones. This is my current drone combination, and of course the medium and low slot modules. Like I said, I'll be trying a armor tank, dual armor repair with 1 neutralizer and 1 NOS, or dual Nosferatus and dual armor repairers. Should be very tanky at this rate. You can also pick the drone damage amplifiers in order to, you know, increase the drone DPS or drone speed. Depends on what you need at the moment. With drone boats, you can practically pick what you need the most, either DPS, range, speed, things like that. And let me just see what other modules can I fit. You can also make dual drone damage amplifiers to further improve that drone DPS. If you use sentries, that might be fun. I haven't had enough time, unfortunately, to play around with sentries. I've heard they are pretty good for storylines, pretty good at sniping pretty much everything on the field. I've heard they have poor tracking on smaller targets, so you should keep that in mind. These are the current rigs, pretty much the classic full-on maxed out DPS rig setup. Of course, targeting rigs will help. This is after all a battleship, and it will have a hard time locking on smaller, faster ships that, well, can be a very big problem for ships like these. Active DPS 1.8k, almost 1.9k DPS. Not bad. It's actually pretty good. Drone boats work kind of differently. Don't be disappointed by the lower DPS output. Drones have a lot of other advantages. To date, they are the best PvE weapon system available. Drones don't take any damage from NPCs, well, at least up until this moment. So, for storylines, drone boats are still the best. For PvP, drones can also be very lethal because you can kind of avoid the Guardian's bubble because they'll be orbiting close to them and they'll be doing damage directly to the targeted ship. So there's definitely a lot of areas where drones are just simply dominating anything else in the game. And well, I myself am a drone boat pilot. I pretty much started to play this game a little bit more serious on drone boats. So far I am very happy with the Armageddon 2. Now, worth noting, Armageddon 1 and Armageddon 2 are very similar, and in a lot of ways they will also work the same. Similar builds will definitely work. These ships are also pretty good for PvP. Now, if we take a look at ships like the Balgorn, ships like Ashimu, basically if we take a look at Blood Raider ships, they come with pretty good bonuses on neutralizers, webs, and Nosferatus. Now this ship has bonus on Nosferatu and on neutralizers, on range. So you can definitely do some serious damage to other battleships, battlecruisers, and ships that have these bonuses tend to be very good for PvP. Now, I usually don't like to roll out my battleship into solo PvP. That is kind of, something that I do not recommend anyone doing, because in most cases it will not end up good. But I think the Armageddon can go do solo PvP in a way, because you can store a lot of drones, you can have a very good tank, you can have very good DPS, and of course you can destroy enemy ships' capacitors pretty easily. So this ship does have, and it will have implications in. Am I going to fly one? Well, that's a good question. So far, based on what I do, I used to roll storylines a lot. We used to do storylines pretty much every day. Now I kind of focused more on PvP, and my main source of ISK became PvP. Made, I think, at least 2 billion only from PvP so far. Been buying modules, like I said, been working on some other ships that I want to fly. There is, of course, RB Covertops 2 that I'll be flying, and you will see that ship very soon. Now, so far, the large drones seem to be doing good damage. I'm not complaining about the DPS on this ship. It is working quite well so far. I think skills should be maxed out, so that is also worth noting. All drone skills should be maxed out. Medium, small. Well, actually, small drone skills are not maxed out. That's something I forgot to do. But medium and large and overall drone skills are maxed out. So that is also pretty good. Let's see. Now, I think, did I make the same mistake twice? I didn't. Okay, now I can switch back drones. Or the game doesn't allow me to change drones. That's weird. Used to work, or am I imagining things? Might be that I'm just imagining things, but I'm pretty sure that I used to change drones in space. Weird. Well, that's fine. Okay. Next target is that rock. Now I'm just paying attention to see if I should try out. Yeah, I think I'll definitely try out the armor tank on the active armor tank on this ship. And I've been asked which one of these battleships I personally liked the most. Honestly, it is a tough question. All of these ships are generally very good, and if you have good skills for them, they can be very powerful. So that's definitely a good question that that I don't know how to answer. It is a pretty tricky one. I guess I guess whichever battleship you choose to take, I think it will work. It will work great. Just make sure that you have good skills for it. That is basically what this game is all about. If you have good skills, everything will just work without a problem. Right, well, now I'm taking some shield damage, but that's fine. That is something that I wanted to try out. And dual Nosferatus should keep the capacitor stable. If I were to use missiles, my capacitor would be a lot more stable, so that is also something that you should keep in mind. Now this was the test server, and I think that they have closed the test server. Not quite sure. Haven't seen the test button. I haven't actually been paying a lot of attention to that. Been busy doing a lot of PvP lately, as you already know. The main thing that I like to do is PvP. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. Okay, my shield is going to go down. Now, Abaddon is definitely a lot more tankier than this. Abaddon takes a lot more damage. So there's definitely the differences between these two ships. And I think the Abaddon also has shorter range. While you can make Armageddon have 150 plus kilometer range. Kind of like the Dominic's, although Dominic's kind of a little bit different. Well, the shield's still holding out. Can you imagine that? These striker battleships, that I like to call assault battleships, are very strong. They do a lot of damage. And they do appear in tier 10 storylines to to further add on that. Okay, let's see what will happen to this Raven Striker. They can't penetrate my tank, so that's good. It is also not that slow for a battleship. Can't complain about the Armageddon. It's a pretty good ship. It is indeed a pretty good ship. I love it. Okay, let's see. It repairs 1.2k. Oh yeah, I forgot. This ship doesn't have any bonuses on armor repair. The Hyperion does. The Hyperion actually is repairing itself pretty darn quickly. It's also cap stable with dual armor repairs. And it has around average 83-85% resistance. So yeah, that thing is very, very tanky. Works also a little bit different than the Armageddon. The ship is more designed to work at range, like I am using it here. So that is also one of the little differences that we have between these ships. Well then, that was interesting. I definitely like the Armageddon and the Armageddon 2. Very good ships, so far been working quite well. And I think when we get tier 10, things will be a lot more interesting. And well, with that being said, hope you enjoyed. Stay safe and fly safe, and I'll see you next time.